Hey people, this is part 3 of Lizzie and the Goat, or Ella Nanny, where I read the first 3 lines in the first 2 flicks. And it seemed to be talking about the ancient church and the god queen of Greece and their association. So this line 4 is Riggs, R-G-Z, Vav, connected Riggs to. You know, rigging is, on the boat, everything that holds all the booms and stays is all rigging. You have standing rigging that doesn't move, and other rigging you move around to lift things. But this is rigs to wall, and this means chains on the wall. You know, down in the cellar where they'll chain people up and torture them. And it rigs to wall, backwards or forwards, to watch it, to hatch of. You know, chained to the wall and watching it give birth, to hatch of. And so it's certainly talking about the old bird gods. You know, rigs to the wall and watch it hatch of. It's a bird, the owls. Rigs to wall, watch it, to hatch of. And then starts at the A, start at the other end. It's got the little mark down here, so it reads where, and then whammer. Where, whammer. You know, whammer, W-A-M-R, is somebody crying. A whammer is a cry. And if you look, you know, this is Amar. This one, same one they say is yammer, and he said, it's in that category. And it always has something to do with a word. Because meditate just don't fit. And so the watch it, to hatch of, where whammer, from of love and cause, and love to make 'em cry, and all, and then backwards and forwards, to making cash from shaking backs. You know, they're probably missing the D, or this is probably a B. They're missing a little dot in there. But, you know, this is where your succubus comes from. And it always has something to do with the bed, or the sins in the bed. But to making cash from shacking, you know, the shack up, from shacking come. And due to Madame, and then the dot and the M is 2 M's, so it's the Mademoiselle. And this is the word that they're teasing here. You know, you've seen it up here in this last line, you know, it was the cellar, that caused caves in cellar. And it seemed like it's still, you know, the cellar. You know, a Mademoiselle. You know, the new meaning is an unmarried French girl or woman. And is it offensive? You know, it's a delicate subject, meaning miss. And it actually comes from the term Who Sell, which can also mean virgin. And so they've changed the word of virgin, you know, because virgin, you know, is W-R, you know, Vav, R, where, gin. And gin is where it turns the action. And they changed the meaning of that word. And, you know, a maid, and making cash from shacking come, from shacking cause, to do, would to a madam. And so a madam, you know, is a maid from to sell. A maid from to sell. So it's a prostitute is what it used to mean, and they twisted the meaning of the words. And then this is the word for the sacrifices, or the altar of sacrifices. Always be twisted between that. Sometimes I have the dot in there, and it'd be a ZBH or a ZVH. You know, but it's to cut and divide. And it's probably where your word savage come from, you know. The Zavich who? Zavich high. Fed its death to both who, and then backwards to LA, and then backwards and forwards to EVE, to leave you. So the Zavich and the Zavici is, it's probably, this is the offering, and this is the one to make the offering. Above where it was talking about the one that pulled the card in with the I, meaning the work. The cut and divide, and the cut and divide make. And so one of them's the offering, and one of them's the one making the offering. Fitted side of to both who will leave you. But ceviche is a dish of usually a raw fish, some type of raw seafood and vegetable. Then this is rabbis. The final M is the S. Rabbis. And rabbis, my Rama, my me see into, my backwards and forwards, owner, UNAR. That's where your word lunar come from. Lunar means of owner. So my owner year on width of nose. The rabbis use a lunar calendar. Rabbis, my see into my owner. And so this is let you know that my is of, lunar. And so it's the moon god talking here. The rabbis, my see into my owner year on width of nose. Annihil all in to row panic, PNIK, to panic you, to annihil all in who row. Row is the sun, and the first day, that's the word they use is row. All into row panic. And this may be to rope. There's a dot in the P, there's two P's. Or this may be where WAP, WAP, W-A-P, is a derogatory name for Italians. To annihil all in where WAP panic you. So this is just 8 lines long, this chapter. I think I must save these other 2 for another movie and keep this short.
Don't forget. I won't forget.
Alright, I'm going to cut this off here. Good day.